So it's definitely been a while since my last video. I appreciate that, and I figured instead of me just talking at you for 10 minutes of what you maybe probably want to know, why don't you guys actually ask me questions of what you maybe probably want to know, and I can maybe, probably, hopefully answer them. Are you going to be sticking around and making more videos after this one? Yes. Did you get bored of Destiny and take some time out for yourself? Did I get bored of Destiny? No. Did I take time for myself? Yes, and also took time for my channel, my videos, and just a bunch of other things that I basically couldn't do while doing YouTube at the same time. Will you be live streaming Shadowkeep once it goes live? I think that's a good question. You know what? I think that's a good question too, to be honest. And yes, I will absolutely, positively be live streaming on my YouTube channel right here. Same as I've always done for the past pretty much every single Destiny release ever. You can come chat and interact with me, and we can play some games together. We can catch up. It's definitely been a while. So the second Shadowkeep is live. We are also going to be live on this YouTube channel. So I hope to see as many of you guys in the stream. You took such a long time. Why? Well, I'll tell you, Vuvuzela. The answer is, I mean, a lot of things were out of my control. A lot of things just happened, and I just had to deal with them and had to work on them quietly behind the scenes. And they're not very exciting or glamorous things that is really worth tweeting or telling you guys about, because it's just like, hey, I'm moving, I'm doing paperwork, I'm sorting company stuff and tax stuff, and I'm traveling, and I'm not available to make a video. I'd rather not tell you guys bad news and what I can't do. I'd much rather just be able to show up when I can make videos and I can properly return, and then I can get you guys excited again and expecting more videos pretty much. As far as why it took so long, that was, like I said, a few things did definitely go wrong, especially with the property move. Like I said, property is quite stressful. There are definitely a lot of things that can go wrong, and in my case, quite a few things did. Like, for example, probably the main thing is the internet. I did not have internet for 2 months. Just, yeah, try and picture a YouTuber who all he does is play games and make videos on the internet for 7 years straight, now has no internet for 2 months. So like I said, it's all about just spending your time in the most effective manner, and I'd rather not sit around and focus on why I can't make videos. And even if I wanted to play Destiny and record something, I wasn't able to. My setup was in boxes for a very long amount of time. So I realized there are some things that are just out of my control. It's not worth stressing on them. I'm going to do what I can do, take each day as it comes, and then when I can return, again, I'll do it properly. But yeah, things definitely happened that were out of my control that did cause delays, and that is why it did take quite a long time. So I apologize for the delay, and I apologize for the silence, but I'm back, and I'm back for good. Tell everyone you know, tell your friend, tell your mate, and tell your grandma, and tell your goldfish. Even if you're unsubscribed, I'll forgive him on this one occasion, but I'm back for good. And if you ever enjoyed my videos, you should enjoy what I've got coming up for you guys very, very soon in terms of videos and streams and more things in the future that I can't talk about just yet, but will be soon. Can you explain to the Destiny community that hunters are indeed the superior class to use? More importantly, glad you're back. I mean, I thought that was kind of obvious. I don't think it needs explaining. Everyone knows that hunters are superior. It's not really. What is your current favorite game outside of Destiny? I'd say probably Zelda, to be honest. It's a game I haven't played all too much of. As a kind of example of just how little time I have had to sit around and play video games, I still have not finished it. I've owned a copy of Zelda on a Switch for about 2, maybe, I don't even know, since it's been out, basically. It just kind of speaks to the kind of person I am. I like to put everything into what I do and really just kind of do it properly. And Zelda is, of course, a game you can't just pick up for 20 minutes. And well, I mean, you probably can, but I wouldn't enjoy it that way. So probably my favorite game to play besides Destiny, I still haven't had time to finish yet. So that's where my priorities have been. How excited on a scale of 1 to 10,000 are you for Shadowkeep? Asking for a friend. I mean, I'd say probably 10,000. I mean, I'm a Destiny fan, so getting a Destiny expansion, a full-scale size one, is always the best time of the year. So yeah, I'd say max. But to be honest, I think Shadowkeep is probably only about half the story. I think New Light is also what a lot of people are kind of sleeping on right now. I think that's going to be the major star of the show that's really going to make a massive, massive change to Destiny as a whole franchise. Now, I know most of the hardcore players don't really care that much about the free content, because obviously we've already played it and paid for it. It's not really that big a deal to us. But of course, try and put yourself in the shoes of someone who's never even played Destiny or Destiny 2 before, and they stumble across this game which has got 2 years of basic content, seasons, and free updates and quality of life fixes and all these kind of random stuff going on. All this content is there for free, and then cross-save also makes that all a ton easier when you're playing with your friends, and the kind of social element, which I think is massive as well. Something I've always thought was Destiny's biggest problem, and something that was always holding it back from really just being massive, is the accessibility. Pretty much if you're behind, then you have a very difficult time playing any relevant content. You don't know if you're at the right level, if you got the right season or the right expansion pass, or if you can do this content. I think people are aware of how kind of Destiny 1 and 2 have had quite rocky journeys. There are definitely ups and downs. I think a lot of people would be hesitant to spend however much it is, 60 or 100, however much it is to get the most relevant point in Destiny, just to be able to play with your friends and see if you like the game. So even though there is going to be a massive surge of blueberries that don't know how to turn the Heroic Blight event public, the good side is that the game is going to be a lot healthier, and there's going to be just a huge player base that's growing, and it's kind of a mix between this hardcore veteran player base that mostly know what's going on and a new amount of people that just have no idea what's going on. They're just exploring Destiny for the very first time like we were so many years ago. How did you grow your YouTube to be as big as it is? I mean, that is a very long answer. I could probably spend at least 30 minutes talking, probably at least 30 hours to be honest, talking about that. But I'll give you the short answer. I basically found stuff that I was passionate about that I could talk about for hours on end, and then did so into a microphone and put them on the internet, and here we are. If you had to name the top 3 things you want the most in Destiny 2, what would that be? I mean, I think I only need one, to be honest, just to be able to do this. That's the only thing I require. I just want to be able to do that again with Tether. Please, I just missed Tether. I just want to do that again. Even if it's broken, I don't care. I just want to do it again. It's fun. Will your content be different once you come back? That's a good question. I don't know. You tell me. Do they seem different? I mean, I'd like to think that they probably won't come across as too different. They should seem just like the same old videos, bigger and better. That is basically the plan. I don't want to change much because I was very happy with the formula of videos that I make and how I make them. But I did want to make a lot of improvements and just adjustments and fixes to make things better. I spent a lot of time looking over my catalog of videos that I've made over the years, which is like, I think a couple thousand by now, but I wanted to just look at what are the best ones I've made, what have been the ones that I've enjoyed making the most, and you guys have enjoyed watching the most. I want to just do more of that. Again, just bigger and better in every way. That's always a goal. So hopefully less different, but more just better, if that makes sense. Include more console in your next video. Alan, by popular demand, you've been summoned to appear in my video. So when are we going to tell them what we were really doing this whole time then?
Do we really want to let that cat out of the bag?
Do you think they bought the story of us being busy with property stuff? Do you think they bought it?
Our viewers are nice, and I think they will trust us because we are very trustworthy people. Are we not, Andrew?
Of course. Why would we give anyone a reason to not be?
To be honest with you, I wish I could say something more exciting like, yo, I was traveling the world, or yo, so you know, I made $1 million from an app. But no, I was doing some very mundane, boring life stuff, e.g. buying a house. I'm getting old.
Getting?
I am old. I'm already getting arthritis in my hands actually, from playing Destiny so much. So, do you know what I mean? It's happening. I was purchasing a house, Andrew, which is a very time-consuming thing to do. But you've done the same?
Yeah, I guess the moral of the story is just don't go near property. It's all too much stress and work and will ruin your life. Just live in a forest instead. Is that our message to the viewers? Just don't go near property.
If people lived in a forest, how on earth would they watch our content?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to deal with mortgage brokers, would you?
Good point. Go live in a forest. Go live in a forest, buy a stream, catch some fish.
You can add anything to Destiny, what would it be? To be honest, probably I'd say some sort of Trials-like mode. Now, here's the thing with Trials. I think a lot of it is honestly nostalgia. I don't think Trials of Osiris is ever going to really return the way we remember it to be. I think it was just kind of part of the fun of discovering a brand new mode like that in a game like Destiny. I don't think any kind of form of Trials of Osiris just slapped into Destiny 2 is going to give us that same feeling we had when we first played the mode back in 2015 in House of Wolves days. I think it's pretty obvious that Bungie are definitely working on some kind of Trials mode like that, but I think they've realized with Trials of the Nine that you can't just change the name. The solution for that, honestly, I think the mode just has to be something brand new. Obviously, it still can be the same elimination, competitive Crucible format, but it needs to be just completely brand new, the same way Trials of Osiris was. And I think Bungie are also very aware of that fact as well. So we're going to have to wait and see what they come up with. But also, I know a ton of you guys really, really want those Trials of Osiris highlights videos back as well, which I would love to do. I miss making those videos. Some of my favorite series I've made on the channel. And hopefully something similar returns and we can get back into making those kind of videos. How's your day going? Pretty good. It's pretty weird. I'm not going to lie, making a video after a very, very long time of not, but it also feels good to be able to chat to you guys and just do what I've been doing for so long again and kind of get back into the groove of things. Biggest motivation and how do you deal with burnout? That is a very good question. Something I could probably talk about for at least a couple hours, but I would say biggest motivation is whatever I am making videos of, which is mostly in most cases a game, which is in most cases Destiny these days. So whatever I kind of enjoy doing and spending my time with is what I enjoy creating and talking about and making content of, which is then what leads to my YouTube channel. So I realize the connection between all those things, and I always try to keep my passion, what I enjoy, going as much as I can. For me, avoiding burnout is all about progression. It's all about improving and making things better, and always finding something else to challenge me and just make me just not coast through life, because I get very bored when I'm coasting, when I figure things out and get a formula. I just love new stuff and challenges and progression, I'd say. Just always progressing into something bigger and better. I do love an analogy, and I've got a perfect one for this scenario to describe basically my headset and how I work, but try to imagine you're inside a mission of Destiny, right? And you're playing this level and you've gotten so good at it, you're just farming this boss over and over again and you're getting the rewards. And after a while, you start to kind of just coast and just know how to do things without thinking about them too much. While the rewards are good, you're definitely getting some good stuff out of it. You're a high level, you've progressed. What I basically did is go back to orbit, back to the tower to buy some new weapons, upgrade, spend some currencies, figure out what do I need for this new mission to upgrade my character as a whole, so I can then go back in, select the hard level, and then do the harder version of that with my newfound weapons, my new upgrades, and basically a new challenge. Hopefully that made even 1% of sense to you guys, but that's my analogy and I'm sticking to it. So I kind of started off at the beginning of the year of me not wanting to make videos to focus on some other things outside YouTube. And then the second half was like me wanting to get back into it, but being unable to because of a bunch of property stuff. So that was how it turned out. But the bottom line is that I would rather make no videos at all than bad or inconsistent videos. I just think that's the one way to kill a channel. A lot of people kind of ask me, are you scared about your channel dying or fading off or losing subscribers? But honestly, none of that really bothers me because I know I'm going to make good videos to the best of my ability, and people that want to watch them will watch them whenever that kind of happens to be in time. But the way worst thing that could kill my channel would be to make bad videos and to lose the favor of the people I've worked so hard to make videos for. So that is my philosophy with that. So of the things that I went away to work on behind the scenes while I wasn't making videos, some of them you're seeing right now on the channel and they're active. Some of them you'll get to see unveiled in probably next year, I'd say, in their future projects that I wanted to get beginning and working on and get the ball rolling so I can actually have some progress and one day get it done. If you really want to do well on YouTube, you kind of pour everything you have into it and it just kind of consumes your entire daily life. And I was okay with that. That was definitely, I mean, to be honest, probably the last 7 years of my entire life, I didn't really take more than maybe a week off in the entire 7 years I've been doing YouTube, which is just kind of naturally how I work. When I'm happy doing something, I kind of can never really stop and I'll just do it until the wheels fall off. And luckily the wheels didn't fall off and I wanted to try and make sure they didn't. But I kind of thought, how can I do this better, invest more money into the channel, get the best everything that I can and make the videos the best they can be. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to need a bit of help bringing this channel back to life. This video will probably get about 12 views because the YouTube algorithm probably isn't too happy with me right now for not uploading in quite a while. So if you want to help out, feel free to do so in all the typical ways you know, such as the likes and the bells and the favorites and the subscriptions and the sharing on Bebo. Anything you know how, Unknown Player is back and he's making videos, so make sure you are subscribed if you are not already. And these words have never been more true, but I do genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all of you guys for waiting and the patience of content returning on this channel. But hopefully I can repay you guys with just giving you the videos that you want to see and entertaining you guys. So that has been it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all very, very soon with a bunch of Shadowkeep content.